Okay, guys, the next type of problem I want to look at is called a mixture problem, and it works similarly to the motion problem. With that, we're going to make a table, okay? I mean, you can do it without a table. I just think the table makes it easiest, okay? There are also simple interest problems, which they do go over that in the beginning of the section. I encourage you to read that, and there are a few in the homework, okay? If you do want to see one like that, if you're totally stumped, just let me know. Okay, so 32, this is in the book. How many gallons of pure alcohol should be mixed with 20 gallons of a 15% alcohol solution to obtain a mixture that is 25% alcohol? Okay, so when we look at this, pure alcohol, all right. What are we thinking? What are we going to do? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a table, okay, fairly big table. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the pure alcohol, I'm going to have the 15%, and I'm going to have the 25%. This is what we want, right? And I'll draw these across, okay? So this is kind of like a little bit of chemistry almost, okay? And I'm going to make three columns. I'm going to put percent alcohol, which is fairly easy to see from what we have right here. That's going to be one column. I'm going to have gallons, like how many gallons of each one we have, okay? And then I'm going to put gallons of pure alcohol, so 100% alcohol, okay? So why am I doing this? Well, let's fill in what we know and then we'll kind of look at it, okay? So we know pure alcohol is 100%, and that's what we're going to want to know. So I know the percent alcohol for pure is 100. For the 15%, it's 15. And of course, for the mixture, it's 25. Okay. And what I'll do here, and I'll add this in, I think this is a good idea. I'm going to write it as a decimal. Okay, so this is 1.0, this is 0.15, this is 0.25. Okay. So the gallons, okay, well, I want to know how many gallons. So that's what I'm going to call X. How many gallons of the pure alcohol? Okay. How many gallons of the 15% alcohol do we have? We have 20. How are we supposed to know how many gallons we have of the 25%? Well, the 25% is what we get by mixing these two. So if I have X in this and I have 20 in this, I guess I have X plus 20 in the mixture, right? I'm not going to lose liquid or add liquid. I have it's like the sum of the parts, okay? Now, gallons of pure alcohol, how do I figure that out? Well, if I have X gallons of pure alcohol, then I have, well, X gallons of pure alcohol. Now, if this 20 gallons right here is 15% alcohol, how could I figure out how much of that is pure alcohol? Well, that's just from multiplying, right? Just like 1 times X is X, 0.15 times 20 should give me how many gallons of pure alcohol are in that entire mixture, okay? That's going to end up being 3, okay? So I'll circle that, the ones I'm going to use. And then finally, the 25%, if I follow the trend of multiplying across, this is going to be 0.25 times the number of gallons in the 25% mix, okay? So here's what we have. So what good does this do me? How am I going to solve for X? Well, if I do this gallon, this amount of gallons plus this amount of gallons is this, my X's are going to cancel. That's not going to do me any good. So I think this right here is going to be useful to me. I know that this one plus this one should equal this one. The amount of pure alcohol in here plus the amount of pure alcohol in here should be the amount of pure alcohol in the mixture. There's our equation, okay? So what we get is X plus 3 is equal to 0.25 times X plus 20, okay? Now, I could multiply both sides by 100, but I know 0.25 is just 1/4. So I think it's going to be easier to just go ahead and multiply both sides by 4. Okay, 4 times 0.25 is 1. That just leaves me with X plus 20. Okay, so if you don't mind, I'll do it that way. Sometimes that's a little easier. And now it's just a matter of solving for x. And we're doing that. We're using our techniques from the last section, seeing how this is building off of each other. We learned how to solve them first. Now we're learning how to set them up as well. That way, when someone says, well, what can you do with your math? You can't just, you're not going to just do problems out of a textbook. You can actually use it in the real world. Okay, and I know that's what people are always asking. They're always saying, when am I ever going to use this? Well, here's some examples. Okay, so 3x is equal to 8. X is equal to 8/3. Okay, so how many gallons do we have to add? We have to add 8/3 gallons of pure alcohol to get the correct mixture. 8/3 gallons. And let's make sure I know how to spell here. Okay, so there's our answer. Okay. All right, so give these a try. These word problems, they take practice on how to set them up. But, we did do a motion and a mixture problem. Also take a look at the simple interest problem. And that wraps up 1.2, guys.